Hello. Today we're going to work on writing linear equations from situations and graphs. When we're writing an equation in slope-intercept form, we need to remember that it is basically y equals mx plus b. And remember that any rate of change is your slope, and your initial value, which is where you start, is your b. And then also keep in mind that your x is your input information or input variable. And if x is what you put into it, your y is going to be your output. So your output variable. Okay, so we get all of that from the slope-intercept form. So let's look at our example here. It says, Greta makes clay mugs and bowls as gifts at the Crafty Studio. She pays a membership fee of $15 a month and a equipment fee of $3 per hour to use the pottery wheel, table, and kiln. Write an equation in the form of y equals mx plus b that Greta can use to calculate her monthly costs. So in this situation, what is the input variable? So what changes? Right, the number of equipment fee per hour. Okay, so that is your equipment fee equipment use in hours. Okay, the output for this whole thing is going to be the cost per month. Okay, and that's going to be the y. So during April, Greta does not use the equipment at all. What will be her number of hours x for April? Well, if she is not renting the equipment at all, what would that be? That would be 0. So what would be her cost for April? Well, it says that she has a $15 a month fee and she's not renting. So it'd be $15. What would be the y-intercept b in this equation? It's going to be at 15. If I were to write this in the equation, I know that it's $15 a month plus $3 an hour. So my equation is going to be y equals 3x plus my $15 initial fee. If I place 0 in there, do I get 15? 3 times 0 is 0, plus 15 gives me 15. So the amount for April would be $15. It does work out. So Greta spends 8 hours in May for a cost of $15 plus 3 times 8, which is 24. And that's going to give her a total cost of, so y equals of $39. In June, she spends 11 hours for the cost of, so where would this 11 go in our equation? So we have y equals 3 times x, which we now know is hours, plus 15. That's 33. 33 plus 15 is $48. If I take a look from May to June, the change in values, oh, they already found out that that's the 3. All right, let's move on. Writing an equation from a graph, you can use information represented in a graph to write the equation in slope-intercept form. So by just looking at the graph, we can pull out information such as the y-intercept, and we can also pull out information such as the slope. For example 1, it says that a video club charges a one-time membership fee plus a rental fee for each DVD borrowed. Use the graph to write the equation in slope-intercept form to represent the amount spent, y, on X number of DVD rentals. So when I look at this, the first thing I notice is that I have this point right here. That's my y-intercept, so my b is going to be 8. Then I need to find my my slope. And so what I want to do is I want to find another point that crosses right at the grid marks, and that looks like this one right here. This one's close, but it looks like it's a little below. But this one looks like it's right on that mark. And so this one will be at 0, 8. And my other one would be at 8, 18. I figured it's 18 because there's 4 points between 16 and 20. And so half of that would be 2. 16 plus 2 is 18. Now, I can use these 2 points to find my slope. So now we're looking for the slope. And remember that the slope is my change in y over my change in x. And so I'm going to take 18 minus 8, there's my y's, and 8 minus 0. So this is 10, and this is 8, which is 5 over 4. And if I were to divide that, I would get 1.25. So my slope is 1 and 2.25. If I was just looking for the slope, I would leave it at 5 over 4. But because we're looking at the cost per rental, this is telling me that I need to have it in decimal form so that it would be how many dollars per rental. Okay? So when I write my equation, remember our equation is going to be y equals mx plus b. My slope is 1.25 and my y-intercept is positive 8, so it's going to be plus 8. All that equals y. So there is my equation using this graph. Let's take a look at the your turn number 3. So the cash register subtracts $2.50 from a $25 coffee cafe gift card for every medium coffee the customer buys. Use the graph to write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent this situation. Now remember, when you get a gift card, it's fully loaded. Typically. And so we're starting at 25. And so that means that this 25 is my y-intercept. And so we're going to actually start right here. And then every time they purchase a coffee, it's going to take $2.50 off of the card. Okay, so that means that it's going to subtract $2.50 each time. So when I'm looking at this, I want to put it in the slope-intercept form. I know my initial value is at $25. So I know it's going to be plus $25 because it's a positive 25. Each time they buy a coffee, it's going down by $2.50. So it's going down by $2.50 every time I buy a medium coffee. And there's your equation. If I were to do it just from the graph, I know that it's going down, let's see, that's 10, 20, and a half. And it's right there. And when I simplify that, that is 2.5. And it's negative, it's going down. 2.5, negative 2.5 is the same as negative 2.50. Okay, and there's our equation. Writing an equation from the description will be part 2.